Okay.
Jacque, take me through the last couple of seconds of that game, mainly around like the 15, 16-second mark. You called a timeout. What play did you want to see there, and just would you say this one kind of came down to?
Yeah, I think I told our guys our execution was great. Executed the play that we wanted, got a look at the rim. Both last two possessions really good. And then 2-point game, outlet that thing to Doe, and with a little contact, he wasn't able to finish. But for us, we want to continue to play with pace, so good shot for us. I told our guys from the first game of the year to now, our execution has taken it to another level, so really, really nicely done.
When you have a game like this that comes down to the wire with another one, I know you've seen this team kind of rally together and get the win, but when it comes to tonight, would you say this one came down to just like the defensive side of things and how you guys could not contain them in those last few minutes of when Milwaukee went on that run to respond to your run?
Yeah, I think, first of all, you give Middleton credit for making shots at the end of the game, whether it was a foul that he created, whether it was a jumper that he created. So you give him credit for that. I think I told the guys two things. We had a little lull in the third, I believe, so we have to have our juice, no matter who it is, checks into the game or who's in the game throughout the course of the game. Like 48 minutes of juice has to happen. And then the offensive rebounding got us. You know, there was the one possession where Brook tipped out twice and Giannis ends up making a three. So for the most part of the night, we control that. You give them credit for the extra plays at the end.
The good pass up to Doe and then the drive by Cam, those were the looks that you wanted?
Those were both of the looks. That was the draw for Cam. Yes, it was. And the Doe, we want to play fast. I had to look at it again, but might have been low contact on that play, Brian. But a shot at the rim from a dude that we know can finish at the rim. And even the shot at the end for Cam, the draw for him as well.
So then is it fair to say you would sum this up to basically just two really good defensive plays by a really good defensive player in terms of?
Oh, for sure. You definitely give them credit on both ends of the floor. Just, it's shot making at the end of the game, and you give them credit for making shots. But then also being at the rim on Cam's layup and then also on Doe's layup, contested at the rim. But if we can get shots at the rim at the end of the game, pretty good.
Jacque, you mentioned the execution improving. It seemed like you said, it came down to a couple plays here and there. Improvement-wise, how pleased were you, though, that you guys were able to kind of withstand Giannis having that start in the fourth quarter and you guys were able to kind of respond with the run of your own to kind of just keep it close?
Yeah, Evan, I think that's the something we can take away from today is the fact of being extremely resilient no matter what happens throughout the course of the game. I thought our group were pretty much locked into the game plan, probably gave up too many paint points in the second half for Giannis. But overall, the shots that we gave up, I think we were able to dictate a little bit, cause a little bit of havoc. We still can turn people over a little bit more. But overall, pretty much locked into the game plan.
And then when Cam, obviously, another strong game from him. Is this kind of showing more of the trust you guys have where it's not just him getting the buckets, but when he's getting the buckets and being able to be trusted in these late game situations?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. The interesting part is he and I watched film today, and it was defense. There was no offense on that thing, he and I watching film. And so for him just to continue to have the habits that he's had, whether that's boxing out, whether that's knowing who he's guarding, helping us rebound, all those things he's done at a high level. And you saw tonight him score from all levels on the floor, but also be able to distribute the basketball. And so that's the next phase of this thing is he's going to still have attention, and what he does with the attention. He's shown he can make shots. I think his teammates trust him. He knows I trust him. He'll continue to grow, and like we said, the last shot was for him, and he'll probably see another one.
You mentioned before the game just like the importance of using your advantage with downhill scorers, with ball handlers. What was it, I guess, that was working so well in that way in the first half especially?
Yeah, I thought we had multiple efforts on the offensive end of the floor. People talk about that defensively, but we were able to get the switches that we wanted. We created different opportunities tonight, whether it was putting Brook in pick and roll, whether it was pulling him out from the basket, whether it was having a secondary action, starting the ball on one side of the floor, swinging it, and then getting him into pick and roll. And so I thought overall the concepts that we tried to play with tonight gave us a chance to win.
And I wanted to ask as well just about Cam having another one of these kind of offensive explosions against like a great guard like Lillard, who's done it so many times. He kind of did the same thing against Kyrie in Dallas. Just does it make it any more special or significant to see him playing at an elite level against elite guys at his position who have done kind of the same thing?
Yeah, I think you give him credit for. I think the best thing the other day was, he didn't shoot the ball well. Our last win, maybe, or something like that, and he was so excited for our group and our team, and that's growth from that individual. That's unbelievable as a teammate. I commended him on that. He's going to have some nights where the ball doesn't go in, but for the most nights, I think he can score the basketball against anyone in this league. I think he has the confidence to do that. And we're going to try to put him in positions where he's helping us win, whether that's creating for himself or creating for others.
This is the first night the bench has kind of lost their minutes, but Milwaukee's bench shot over 50% from three. Their starters didn't. Do you attribute the bench loss to just shooting variance in that way, or was there something that you maybe weren't seeing from the bench that you had in previous nights?
No, Lucas, I probably rode our stars a little longer tonight. Just the high level of playing against Milwaukee. Tried to take advantage of our starters versus their second group, give them a lot of credit. Their second group did make shots. There were some individuals on that second unit that we were okay taking shots. They made some of those tonight. That's just part of the game plan. They staggered Giannis a little bit and staggered Dame, so we tried to give them attention when they did that. And so those periphery guys are going to get shots. That's where we're going to give up some nights.
Ben's rebounding has been prolific, but did you want to see more downhill play from him and more shot creation from him, or was that just the nature of having those two defenders, Brook and Giannis, inside that made that difficult?
Yeah, we talked about what the matchup was going to be. I didn't know if Brook was going to guard Ben or if he was going to guard Doe. And so just the way Brook plays, hard for Ben to get downhill versus Brook when he's sitting back there. Yeah, he said, come on in here. I'm right here waiting for you. And so then we tried to take advantage of Ben screening and being in dribble handoff so that we could get downhill using Brook back in pick and roll.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, guys.